American cricket, the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship returns June 25th.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
A warm welcome to everybody here from, excuse me, got the frog and throat already this morning from ACAC Park in Missouri. And of course, is the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Unfortunately for them, none of them will be going through to any. Interesting day yesterday with St. Louis Americans coming through quite comfortably by 6 wickets. Some nice showings that we had from some of the batters in the visiting team. Of course, Lone Star Athletics coming through the young team. We had Jahangir scoring at 42 off just 49 balls, and Shaikh 32 off 19. So we had a decent start with going nicely at about 7 or 8 over, even up to 9 at one point, and then things really slowed down. But it was the wonderful bowling by On Khan, who in the first 2 overs in the power play, 2 wickets, and phenomenal work. The bowlers, anything that was taught on this track, and Louis Americans today will have to they're bowling that wide outside. Many balls were hit through. They'll put in there in front of mine. They have won the toss, Louis Americans. Difficult for fielding. You drop catch. Also, sometimes you guys get a little bit hold on, just because of the batting lineup with the St. Louis Americans. We'll be really eager to have 2 on the track, not once this season. They've been able to do that. Athletics will want to be taking a long trip as winners. Nothing worse than all the way back home and you've lost the game. And also just be able to end the season on a high. Both teams will be very, very eager to do that. It was a fairly comfortable win at the end for St. Louis Americans, but roles have been reversed a little, and they're going to have to put a target on the board. They have a young team. A lot of their U19 players are playing, and we've got this thing happening for Lone Star. So probably both teams, about 3 or 4 U19 players, all very, very talented, and they're surely going to be eager to stamp their authority on the game. But the team are going to be coming out any second now with the umpires, and it's going to be another gorgeous day of cricket here, and welcoming everybody from around the world who's tuning in, and we hope that you enjoy today's cricket between St. Louis Americans and, of course, Lone Star Athletics here at the ACAC ground in St. Louis, Missouri. Good morning, everyone. We've got the final preparations. Just a final quick sweep of the AstroTurf and ensuring that it's all in good shape. I always find it. I've got Raj with me here today, which is a real treat. And Raj, I always find it slightly unusual when the batters go out before the fielding team. Maybe it's the old school in me, but we've got it looks like Schofield out there with young Mehta, but slowly but surely fielders coming out.
Good morning, everyone. It looks like the batsmen want to make a mark by being early, and the weather is fantastic today compared to yesterday. A cool breeze, less humidity, a great game. We have a crowd gathering and ready for the match. Looks like it's going to be Bhavya and Luke opening for St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, we've got a slight change in batting lineup. Ali being left out of the team today for the young Bhavya Mehta. And speaking to Ali yesterday, he was so frustrated where he felt, previously in games been a bit late on the ball, and this time he's a little bit early on the delivery, getting caught out. And apologies for the noise behind us here, but we've got some excited fans and still lots happening around the ground here as we get prepared. So good to see the youngster being picked to open the batting, and he'll be eager to make his mark.
Do you have the fielding side names?
Our fielding side, Lone Star Athletics. So he's going to be opening the bowling. It was really good to see their start yesterday, Raj, with the two quicks opening, and they really kept things very, very tidy, very tight. St. Louis Americans struggled to get away. Of course, they were chasing a low total, so they didn't really mind too much. It is a big field. The ones and twos are certainly there, and it was good to see them just taking their time and making sure that they got well settled. A couple of Ali went early, unfortunately, but generally batters were quite comfortable taking those taking that kind of slower approach. Luke Schofield will be eager to bat a long innings. He has frustrated himself where he's got into the 20s and the 30s, and then he gets himself out. So interesting to see if he can actually bat a little bit longer in his final innings for the season.
Yeah, looks like we have Ali Bangash opening the spell. And like you said, Peter, it's going to be interesting to see what Bhavya is going to do. Well left.
It's a nice start, isn't it? It's always a nice relief when you get the ball wide outside off stump and you can just watch it go through. And Mehta walks away. He'll be nervous, really, really nervous, I'm sure. But he's taking his time. He's a lovely stroke maker, and he's batting with Schofield, who's such a calming influence on the team.
Yeah, I'm sure Bhavya and Luke are hoping to post a good opening partnership. We'll see how it goes.
Nice to see Bhavya leaving the ball there. There is a slip in place. It looks like it's the captain himself, Patare, who's put himself into first slip. Of course, you've got all fielders in the inner ring, including looks like a short fine leg, and then you've got a deep backward point on the boundary. Interesting. And then you've got a backward deep square leg. So I wonder, maybe feeling that
Probably Ali got the wicket of Ahmed.
it's hurried through a little bit. Schofield always tip of his toes, eager to make the run. He ran very well between wickets yesterday, and today he will show that again. He's very fit, shows a lot of intent out in the field, whether he's fielding or batting. We'll see some really nice running between the wickets from him. Oh, he's gone. It's a first baller. It's a first baller. He's hit it straight to the field, and we saw that yesterday. St. Louis Americans giving a lot of catching practice. Airborne to the fielder, and that's a disastrous beginning and an awful end to the season for Luke Schofield, who has worked so hard at his game and goes out first ball of the game.
That ball was there to be hit, but he seemed to have found the fielder. Unlucky for Luke.
Yeah, Luke will be devastated. With Schofield again, at this level, the guys have got to be hitting those balls into the gap. Absolutely, yeah. It was a long hop. It was there to be hit, but certainly not there to be hit straight to a fielder.
Yeah, he found the fielder.
And very, very well taken at cover point. And looks like the captain himself will be coming out to bat. And Justin's had a good overall season with, you know, over 250 runs and an average of just above 35 and 127 strike rate. So he's good. High score of 66. This is a man who has hit more sixes than fours, 13 sixes in his time at the crease. He'll see this as an opportunity to also bat long. As I said, it's something that they've lacked in this team, and it's a great disappointment to see a very good opener in Schofield departing first ball.
Oh,
that's wide again. There's lots of jumping around behind the stumps. Maybe the ball swung back just a little bit, or maybe they're just trying to get into the batter's head. But Dill has seen it all before, and he won't be fussed. Dill's looking good yesterday, batting, and then just hit a low full toss straight back into the hands of the covers. Again, very disappointed with himself, sets himself some high standards around his cricket. That one he cuts neatly, gets over the ball, and they just have the single. And that's the end of the first over. 3 runs for the loss of 1.
1, 2, 3.
Not mine.
It's not on? It
yours.
seems to be.
It's yours.
2 is on.
No, it doesn't go off.
Testing. That's all.
Second over. Good to see the two quicks operating in tandem. Khalid coming up for his second delivery. Very well watched by Justin Dill. Gets forward neatly. No run there. So the challenge of St. Louis Americans in losing these wickets continues. We had Ali out yesterday, early on, and now again. That's a huge hit well over the side screen into the woods, and it'll be a good feeling indeed for Justin Dill. Lovely front foot down the ground. Didn't really seem to overhit it, but that's gone miles and miles and miles. Surprised actually found the ball there. There's a creek and some thick woods back there. Well watched by the fielding team to recover it. We had a couple of balls disappeared yesterday. So excellent stuff. Just having a little look at the ball, making sure that it's not too badly damaged after that huge strike. Khalid went to his 3 overs yesterday for the 20 runs. It was interesting that I wondered that if the captain wouldn't have brought back his 2 strike bowlers earlier on, but we didn't see much of them after their kind of opening spell. Oh, careful. Just got to be a little bit. He's not known for his quick running between wickets, and he's running with someone who's got those long legs, and he's certainly going to get down the field pretty quickly. Welcoming my buddy who's just rocked up from the Yeah, we missed you yesterday. We had Ajay who stepped in very, very well. But your event go off okay? You happy with how it went?
Really happy. I actually followed you guys, and I heard you talk about Justin Dill and the very esteemed group of people that he has been an alumni and associated with. Maybe you should repeat that, and maybe right after this break. We are 10 for 1 after 2 overs.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom.
Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back, all of our viewers. We are here at the ACAC Park in St. Louis, Missouri, witnessing the final game of the season for both these teams, St. Louis Americans versus Lone Star Athletics. Myself, Anup Mohan, with Peter Try, calling this game. Coming back to what we were talking about yesterday, Justin Dill has been associated with an esteemed group of players, Peter.
Yeah, he has. When he won the World Cup as a youngster, 19-year-old, yeah, he had Aiden Markham in the team, and Petakwayo and Kagiso Robada. Markham was in fact captaining the side. So, and Justin contributed really well to that winning team. That's the way to cut the ball along the ground, get really over it, and they should come back for 2 quite comfortably. Nice outfield. The volunteers here have done a tremendous amount of work making sure that it is in good condition. One of the better fields around, I think.
Looks really good. As you see the replay here, he gets on top of the ball, plays it around the lush green outfield. People have done a fantastic job here, all the volunteers and ground coordinators at the ACAC Park.
Anup, I'd be interested in your perspective here. When you and I were commentating, we'll just watch this delivery coming through. Leans into it. Good cricket all round. A couple of weeks ago, we saw quite a few drop catches, and as I arrived at the ground today, I looked at the very grey skies and wondered if we may be seeing some drop catches. I think it's going to be tricky sighting the ball, the white ball, against these skies.
It is. I'm sure you ran the weather conditions at overcast skies here. It's been a pretty hot summer so far, but this weekend's been a little better in terms of the temperature, as we see Ali Baksha running in. A good pace, high arm action. This is going to be an exciting contest. Yeah, we have had quite a few drop catches here in this particular ground. Initially, we chalked that down to nerves, but maybe sighting was an issue. Fielding's going to be very crucial here today. It's really good to see the energy up, even though this is a dead rubber. Oh, Justin Dill pumps it down the ground with great force. Misfield there, and they go across for 2 runs. It's interesting to see Justin promote himself up the order. Obviously very talented. He had a certain role to play earlier on in the tournament, where he took the responsibility of finishing. Had a couple of close games and took them to victory. As he runs and digs it in short, pulls it away beautifully to the boundary. Fantastic shot to finish the over. 18 for 1 after 3 overs.
And we are back live. 18 for 1 after 3 overs, so a decent start, I think, for both teams. Even Stevens, and we have the young Josh Saripella coming in to bowl. Of course, Josh, who lives in India, does his schooling online in the US, and then comes over to play cricket. So he is, as a youngster, he really is an international cricketer, getting used to flying around. Would love some of his air miles. He must have been doing a fair bit. He's going to be bowling his left arm off ease, is it? Yeah, Bhavya rocks back. Can't quite find the gap there. 2 fielders are pretty close together there. The mid-off, it looks like, yeah. In the covers, there's a mid-off, there's a cover, and there's an extra cover. So they're all pretty close. Does he find the gap there? He does indeed. Beautifully done. Maygoth's a little thicker this morning with the dew. That will soon dry up though, and it's going to be nice, fast outfield. It's a neat 2 runs for Bhavya, and he moves to 3. Well weighted, and I don't talk about the sense at how he hit the ball, but I'm talking about just in the timing. He just waited for that ball to come under his eyes, found the gap, and was able to come through for 2. Good batting.
Looks a good player, Bhavya. High back lift, backs a punch there. Oh, drives it away again beautifully. This is running towards the Cowers boundary. Picked it up again, like Peter mentioned. The outfield's a little heavy. Looks a good player, Bhavya. You've seen him race through the ranks here, Peter.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of him, and he's a wonderful opening batter, and his offside game is really good. He'll play that shot all day long. They'll be able to come through for the 1. Doesn't quite get hold of that, a little bit high on the bat, but nice to see the intent as he leans forward. looking to score runs. Sometimes as a youngster, you're nervous. You just want to make sure, geez, I just want to stay here. I don't want to get out too early. But he's showing some good intent.
Yeah, we talked about it in the previous week when Parth Patel excelled in his role when given an opportunity. It's so heartening to see opportunities be given to these youngsters. Peter and I talked about the psyche of the game and how these young talent coming through, they don't overthink and overcomplicate this game. Bhavya looks a good player. And Josh running into bowl to Justin. Flicks it away for a single.
That's the end of the over, 24 for 1 after 4.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
You're tuned in where you're watching St. Louis Americans take on the Lone Star Athletics. Hamza Khalid, who's had a steady start to the game. Hamza Khalid goes to the Houston Community College. His favorite cricketing hero is Mohammad Amer.
A little bit of an underage cut shot there, but they managed to come through for the single. Dill's got a couple of words for Bhavya. Certainly going to want to take him under his wing, keep the nerves under wraps. Although Bhavya's looking pretty calm out there. Nice to see some pace bowling. We don't often see the pace bowling out here, and it's really lovely action. Gets the ball through quickly.
Again, the wicket is a little up and down. It's hard to get your eye completely in. You got to back yourself a little bit here. The length of the ball, and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we said you got to keep it a little shorter of length here, not give an opportunity for the batsman to free their arms. It literally becomes a free hit when you pitch it up on this particular pitch. Again, Hamza running into ball. Bhavya goes down the track, lofts it beautifully over long on, running away towards the long on boundary for 4. What a confident shot that was.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Confident is the key word there. And he used his feet just beautifully, and was able just to chip it over his mid-on area. Mid-on has now moved back to the fence, which does open some space in the mid-wicket area as well. So let's see how Bhavya responds to that lovely shot. Through the offside, neatly attacked there by Bangash. Good to see some of the energy in the field. I thought it was lacking yesterday from the visiting team, Lone Star Athletics. But there's a little bit more energy out there right now. Maybe it's early in the morning. They don't feel tired legs at this stage. There was certainly a lull in the energy, and I think that allowed St. Louis Americans to walk away. He's hit that hard. He swung hard at it, and that's going to go all the way. It's a big swing, airborne, not fully in control, Anup, but if you swing hard, you often get away with it.
There was no half measures with that shot. He backed himself a little bit, predetermined, but still followed up with the stroke. Goes away over point for a boundary. Nice to see this aggressive approach They've had a steady start here, St. Louis Americans. Now's the time to kick on. We've mentioned this in the previous games. They've had starts, but they have had to really power through between overs 6 and 15. And then again, a little inside edge, running away towards fine leg. They're going to scamper across for 2 runs. Nice intent shown. Bhavya, the local lad, has had his friends and family supporting him here. We're at the end of the 5th over, 35 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Welcome back to the Minor League Cricket Championship, sponsored by Toyota and Sunoco. You asked a little earlier, Anup, about Bhavya, and of course he did exceptionally well in his batting, and I'll ask Shlok to speak to that in a second. Sorry, Pella comes through, fielding neatly off his own bowling. Shlok, you said walked away with some decent awards at the end of the season.
Yeah, Bhavya won the MiLC Youth MVP and Best Batsman Award last season for his efforts. Oh my God. And
a huge six we got. Shlok, who was taken aback by the stunning shot again by Justin Dill, who leant into another straight drive, and Shlok completely lost focus about what he was going to talk about, and I don't blame him. Anup, beautiful shot.
Wonderful stroke. Justin looks to have come out with intent here. Again, to the pitch of the ball, using his reach, planting it over mid-on. Yeah, Bhavya comes in with pedigree here. Has warranted a place in the team. This is wonderful to see the youth cricketers step up and runs into bowl. Nice high arm action. A little bit of dip there. Changed his line a little bit. This was more on midland leg.
And it is the last over in the power play, so there are some chances over the top. But that's very well pulled, beautifully pulled back there by the bowler. I mean, you know, Saripella is just darting him in, a little shorter now, change the line a little bit, not giving Dill that opportunity to hit that long ball over the side screen.
Looks like Justin always has extra time to play these shots. There's a big one in the taking. Beautiful day today, not very hard, so you're not going to get as tired. Peter always mentions the mental side of the game, the physical aspect supporting it. Again, darts it in faster. The end of the 6th over, 43 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
This is the final game of the MiLC 2022. Very heartening to see both the sides give opportunities to the young cricketers. There are 4 youth cricketers in the Lone Star Athletics team and 5 youth cricketers in the St. Louis Americans team.
Nitish Kumar coming in from the car park end. He bowled well yesterday, Anup. He had his 4 overs, full quota, 2 for 24, just going at 6 and over. So really, really well bowled. He'll certainly, I think, the pick of the bowlers for the visiting team. Very nicely placed. Confident shot. Will they come through? No, nicely attacked by the fielder. And the ball comes in just for the single. It's a difficult one, Anup, where it is the end of the season. There's nothing to really play for in terms of the championship. Oh, he's gone for a big swing there. Just got a little bit of the bat. Excuse the motorbike in the background.
I was thinking about it yesterday, Peter, about the motivation levels. I think it's always playing in the back of your mind. It's a little disappointing because when you start the season, you come in with big expectations. But lots to play here if you think about the audience watching the game. The reach is very wide here. Some of the players are playing for contracts next year.
We do apologise. You might have a little bit of noise in a second. Lovely footwork from Mehta. Just got to move something. Bhavya waits for that nicely. Rolls it over, down the leg. That is a good over, and lovely to see Bhavya moving his feet so neatly, and it's 47 for 1 after 7.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Apologies for a loss in camera. We're going to work that one out in a second. Saripella coming back in to bowl. Looks like he's going to be, I wonder if we'll see him bowl all the way through. Justin Dill's like the straight shot. Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. Preempted it. And in fact, I know they just moved the fine leg into the ring. Justin spotted that and knew exactly what he was going to play there. So that's just good, thoughtful cricket.
I've been very impressed by Justin. He came in with big billing and backing from across MiLC. He's really lived up to the expectations here. Led the team very proudly, even during difficult times. Batted very sensibly.
Just like a few of his...
About St. Louis Americans yesterday is the application, Peter. I think it was lacking in the previous games, so they put their head down. They knew what the chase was, and they structured the innings really well. Nikhil looks so graceful with his keeping and batting. His batting has really come about. Came in with some big billing here. Oh, kept it outside off, and Bhavya misses it. Neatly taken by the keeper.
Nicely taken by the keeper. He took it wide outside off and was still able to go for the stumping. Bhavya had his right foot in the crease, thankfully. Patara, you know, he's has a memory of bowling to Sachin in the nets. That's a pretty cool memory, Chav. I don't have those kind of memories. That's short, easily put away. Well, just the one, I would imagine. It's gone quite quickly to the fielder. He's got a wonderful arm.
We hear also that Sidesh was one among the probables for the Ranji Trophy back in his heydays. And his favorite innings that he played was he scored 100 at the trials for MiLC. So very handy all-rounder, Sidesh Patari.
That's over the top. That's a lovely shot. Thinking in here. In the background. Schlag admiring that shot. Leaned back, opened the face a little bit, didn't he? Just hit it over the inner ring. So good to see a boundary. It's been a while since there's been a boundary, but no rush. It's a big field. You can quite comfortably score 8s and 9s and over here without actually having to find the boundary.
This is what Nikhil has done really well this season, as he's paced his innings really well. He's not a big hitter, he's not a power hitter, but waits for the ball, reads the game really well. Again, square drives it on the offside. They're going to scamper across for 2, where we will see the fielder cut it around at point. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of a total St. Louis Americans are going for here. They still have 8 wickets in the hut. Our statistician Shlok mentions that they're not a batting heavy side today. Again, a misfield there at Cowers.
Yesterday was wonderful to watch Kanchan in the field. You know, he kept for 20 overs. I know it's only 20 overs, but then he came into bat in the first over and was really being pushed to run hard. We'll talk a bit more about that when we're back. 74 for 2 after 11.
1, 2, 3.
Here we go, Lakshpat, who's going to be the left-arm pacer, coming in from the forest end. And I know in the team talk, St. Louis Americans were very aware of his skill set and felt that he wasn't the guy to go after, although Trayvon Griffith decided otherwise once he got out to the middle and played some very risky shots that found the boundary. But nonetheless, I'm not sure if that impressed the coach very much at all. But Trayvon saw some gaps and obviously he decided this would be a good opportunity to go for it. Here he comes, left arm at the young Bhavya Mehta, who is well set.
He idolizes Wasim Akram. Nice action, bowls it sharp, pulls it away beautifully towards fine leg. Bhavya growing really in confidence here. Has got a little bit of a start, needs to kick on. Was a gentle loosener, pulled it away wonderfully for a boundary. He quickly moves on to 25. 35, correction. Really making use of this opportunity provided to up the order. Going back to the bowler, his favorite cricketers are Sachin Tendulkar and Wasim Akram. Obviously, as any left-armer would. Infatuated by Wasim Akram. Let's see what he does next ball. Digs it in short again. This time a little outside off stump. Bhavya tries to pull it. Was into the pitch of the ball.
Bhavya took a little bit of a stroll down the wicket there. I'm not sure that the quick left arm is gonna like that very much at all. But good to see two youngsters having a go at each other here. 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco, and of course Daja News also, or Dafa News supporting us as well. So yeah, good confidence from Mehta, looking to play another pull shot. Got to be careful though. I know 2 fielders out on the square leg boundary.
You see that there is a mid-wicket placed. I'm not sure if that's really required. I would push the mid-wicket a little more squarer, since his line is a little short of length. Nikhil has a good pull shot in him, though his favorite shot is the cover drive. That's his bread and butter. Has scored thousands and thousands of runs.
I was saying yesterday, Anup, with watching Nikhil come in and bat so early on, he was tired from keeping for 20 overs. But you know, almost after every ball he was down on his haunches, but he didn't stop once. He did not stop taking those quick singles, turning the ones into twos. So I was really impressed by his character. Nice
Again,
shot.
Top shot here to the pitch of the ball. Goes through the line of the ball nicely. Elbow straight, very copybook style. Nikhil showing how you don't have to play unconventional shots to be successful in 2020. He's really come about in the second half of the tournament. Had a little bit of a dry spell in between. Worked on his technique and got back, and you can see the changes being made. As you see Laksh running in again to Bhavya, drifting down the leg side.
Geez, I'm struggling to concentrate here. I've got Shlak's brother is presenting him with I can't mention the fast food because they're not sponsoring us. They should sponsor us, but what do we got here? McFlurry, and we've got some fries. What did you get, Anoop? Did you get anything?
I did have an Indian breakfast this morning.
I had an Indian breakfast too.
Because you did?
I did.
What did you get?
Wait, I've got to remember the name.
Upma.
Upma.
Yeah.
Oh, it was stunning. And coconut. Fresh coconut.
The Indian porridge.
Yes, the Indian porridge. It was delightful. Goes nicely with... That's good cricket, isn't it? A nice shot through the mid-wicket area. Neatly fielded straight to the bowler. Takes off the bails.
83 for 2 after 12 overs.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Yash Mahajan runs on to give young Bhavya something to drink. How's the game going so far? Strike rates looking half decent, Anoop?
St. Louis Americans winning the toss and electing to bat first. Didn't have a great start. Luke Schofield, their star opener, out of the first delivery. There was a change in the batting lineup where Bhavya Mehta, the under-19 player, given an opportunity to open the innings. So as you see, there's a misfield there. They run across for a single. Fielding has slouched a little bit there.
I know. I saw this yesterday. It's almost like at the 10th over, the energy dropped. A couple of misfields, people not being happy with each other, arms going up in the air. And this is the time where you need to dig deep.
You talked about fatigue. I wonder if that's kicking in through the tournament there. But it's really unexcusable at this level of the game. As you see, Nikhil slashes hard, running away. The fielder there's going to cut it across, and they go through for a 2. So Justin Dill came in, promoted himself up the order, 28 of 24 balls, and then Nikhil to 12.2 overs. The strikers 1 for 11. Hamza Khalid has 2 overs, none for 18. Josh just completed his 4 overs for 28. Nitesh is second over. Sadesh needs to keep it tight here. The next few overs are going to be very crucial. Bhavya slaps it away on the offside for a single. And then you have Laksh Parekh, who's bowled his solitary over for 8 runs. In the hut still, we still have the youth players Parth Patel, Arnav Jamb, and Sid Shah, followed by Murli Basapalli, Ayan Khan, Sudhanshu, and Trevor Gaffan. I'm really waiting to see how Trevor is going to be forcefully cut away by Nikhil Kanchan.
Nitish Kumar being a bit of a John T. Rhodes there at cover point. I was connecting with John T. the other day. He's playing in the World Legends game, and I said to him, mate, you're probably one of the oldest in the team. There's some pretty decent players in there. And that's gone over the top, but that's landed safely. Bavia going hard at it, getting a thick outside edge. So Jonty is currently living in Sweden, looking after the Swedish national team. He's busy training hard, he says, on his calves. He's more worried about his calves than anything else. So we'll talk more about that Legends game in a second. 90 for 2 after 13.
1, 2, 3.
Laksh Parekh continuing his second over here at the MiLC Toyota Sunoco Sponsor 2022. When I was driving around in Austin, I got a chance to stop at the Sunoco gas station, Peter. They have a really good spread there, very well managed inventory, and the gas prices seem very reasonable. So if you see a Sunoco, please do stop by and support them. Again, Nikhil Kanchan goes over. Good intent shown by Bavia. The next few overs are going to be super crucial here, where they really need to up the ante a little bit to get up to 120 in the 15th and the 16th over, so that they can really unleash towards the last 4 overs and get to a score of around 170.
Yeah, there's going to be a few things going on in their minds at the moment. They know that they've got a good partnership brewing here. They can really get explosive. They know that they've got Trayvon Griffith waiting, in the pavilion to come in and be his normal, just delightful self in the middle. It's a beautiful shot there. Head over the ball. Really took the pace of the ball and pushed it through and forward of mid-wicket. So they know that they've got Trayvon to come in here and score a quick fire. Beyond that, there's a lot of youth. And so they also, and I'm not saying youth can't do it. I mean, Parth Patel hit a 30 yard in about 170, 180 strike rate a couple of weeks ago. And a big shout out to his family who are driving back. I think they've just landed. It's a good shot through the covers, slightly uppish. They'll be picked up just for the 2. They've got some youth there who could come in and do something decent, but still as we're seeing with Bavia. But the back of their mind, I think they're thinking, well, I wouldn't mind being here until the end. Let's really bring it home.
Absolutely. As you see Laksh running into bowl here, full toss. Bavia flicks it away on the leg side. They again scamper across for a 2. This is going to be very close, very quick running. Fantastic to see the urgency here between the 2 batsmen. This has been the hallmark of St. Louis Americans in the middle overs, how they built. They've really focused on fitness. Coach CD is a tough headmaster.
He really is. I was out here a couple of nights this week, and they were still training in the dark. It's not like they only started at 6 o'clock. I mean, these guys started early in the afternoon, and he was still pushing them, and it's been hot. And then, Coach CD, what he then does is that once the minor league guys are done, then he goes and coaches under the lights. I left at 9:30 the other night, and he was still coaching kids in the nets. Remarkable. But this minor league team speak about how, that's down the leg, how tough his training regime is. And I thought there'd be a tapering, Anup. You think maybe on the Thursday, definitely on the Friday, let's taper it off because you've got 2 days of cricket. But he just kept going hard.
One thing that I want to really mention and emphasize here is that Coach CD came in with a philosophy of cricket, and he's had the team bought into that philosophy. It's so hard always because you can come in with a number of ideas, and then at times when you're losing and the teams are not doing very well and the team needs a little bit of impetus, he provides that. But the important part here is that philosophy and the culture that they've created here in ACA for the team. It's really fabulous. Looking at how... Oh, they're going to cross for her too quickly there. Again, excellent running. Maybe they're going to run across for another 3rd. This is fantastic running here. A direct hit being penalized by an overthrow.
Yeah, it's such a tough one, isn't it? Because you're penalising a direct hit. You're penalising an outstanding piece of skill. I always find that a bit harsh.
I always thought maybe direct hits should be called a direct hit.
I agree. I agree. I think Bhavya would have appreciated that as well. The guy's tired, and he's not the quickest between wickets either, young Bhavya, and he's got Kanchan who's nippy between the sticks. So there's going to be some deep sucks of oxygen out in the middle.
A quiet finish to the over. 101 for 2 after 13.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Back here to the ACA park, Bhavya Mehta, our local lad, punching it really well, has stroked himself for 47. How exciting is it going to be to see a local lad score a 50 here?
Oh, just delightful. Do we put the commentators cursed? Anup, do we want to talk about this more? I'm just like, let's just leave it alone. I think I did that a couple of times yesterday. So
I saw you peep at the scoreboard, and it's hard to hold back.
It is.
It is so exciting. How many opportunities do we have to call these games where you see local players go in front of you, they've made mistakes, corrected themselves, kicked themselves in the back when they have not got things right for themselves, and finally it all comes together. Such a wonderful story to see.
It is, and he'll be feeling the pressure and the delight. And he's got a lot of his U19 teammates sitting on the sideline who will be jumping for joy when he reaches that beautiful mark of a half century. Oh, he's gone big, has Kanchan, and he's gone far. He's picked that up. He picked it up so early, didn't he? And just helped it on its way over backward square leg for a well-deserved 6 runs. And a much-needed 6 runs as they chase that target, if you like, maybe of 170. I'm not sure what the team talk would have been, but you feel pretty confident that the 160s and up would be the spot.
So I think with this bowling lineup, a score of 175 is going to be really competitive. Nikhil Kanchan, as you see the replay here, wonderful use of his arms. Nitish Kumar, very intelligent bowler.
He looked like he was going to go there again, didn't he?
Checked his shot in the last minute. They scampered across for 2 again. Wonderful running here. Nikhil's fitness levels, he's really set the standards for the rest of the team here. Nikhil's moved on to 27, batting at number 4.
Yesterday, we were talking about Kanchan. As the delivery comes, it's Fuller. It's into the space. Into the space. Over the fielder's head for 6 runs. He struck that beautifully. He really waited a long time. He almost just picked his spot there. There's 2 sixes in the over. But Coach CD has said how much he's appreciated the timing of Kanchan. He's been hitting the ball so sweetly. He's been working hard in his game. And yesterday, he really deserved his 50. I wonder if he can get closer today. Cuts it down, comes through for a quick single. Nice to see Mehta looking like he wants to make that run. Head up in the air. He knows he's close. He knows he's tired. This is it, Anup. Who are you when you're tired? How can he dig deeply to ensure that he's here, not only for his 50, but at the end of the game?
This is where exuberance of youth is coming into play. Again, they might look for 2 here. They need to really keep pushing. That's wonderful running again. Moves on to 49. He looks really tired here. He needs to dig deep a little bit into the reserves of his energy. He's being ebbed on by the crowd and his mates around who come in to watch here. He's on 49 here. Bhavya Mehta, the local lad. What a wonderful story this is going to be. He's going to cherish this innings for a long, long time. Promoted up the batting order, given the responsibility to open the innings against a good bowling lineup. Just running into bowl. Bhavya Mehta on 49. Again, they scamper across for a quick single there. 50 for Bhavya Mehta. Wonderful innings here by the youngster.
Outstanding effort there. 50 or 45 deliveries, 3 fours, a strike rate of 111. His teammates applauding him, everyone's up on their feet. That is absolutely delightful for the young man, put in to open the batting. And it couldn't happen to a nicer young man, and he will enjoy this drink of water, Gatorade, whatever it might be. But he really needs to be here until the end. He's got to reset himself, and he's got to make sure that he just sticks around and takes his team all the way through. He is tired, but you've always got more to give. But a wonderful array of shots. Early on in the innings, he was able to drive just beautifully. He's played some wonderful cut shots. He's hit nicely off the back foot, and he's pulled a few deliveries over the boundary. So an outstanding effort indeed.
I'll come down.
3 is doing a very good job of trying to get everything they can.
I'll come and fix it.
This is the time, bache.
Super.
Right, welcome back everybody. A very exciting over, and I know talking about this losing the plot a little bit on the field. Lone Star Athletics really needed to 16 runs of that? Yeah, 16 runs of that over, a couple of overthrows, 2 missed opportunities. This is these times in the game where you've got to dig deep and you've got to take those opportunities. This is a well set pair. Breaking this pairing would do so much to slowing down the momentum of St. Louis Americans. That was the over where it could have happened. Lone Star Athletics not taking that opportunity. Captain into bowl.
Sudesh bringing himself back into the attack, moving his short fine leg a little finer. Nikhil Kanchan full of confidence. He's striking at 177. Again, strokes it on the leg side. They're going to definitely push for 2 here. Oh, he sent back. Surprisingly. Good call. Bhavya Mehta on strike. He stroked himself to a wonderful 63. Local lad, Bhavya Mehta.
Good to see Bhavya looking for that second, though. I know this. No, it probably wasn't on. But even though he's those lungs are screaming for oxygen, the legs are tired. But nice to see him still showing that intent and putting pressure on the fielders, looking for that second one. But Kanchan showing all that experience, sending him back, and Mehta to take strike against the captain Patara.
Tries an interesting reverse hoik, not required at all.
Shot was on. There's no one really behind point, so really good opportunity there. So don't mind a bit of innovation, especially when you've got some batters who can come in and really bat big. A wide delivery, swing and a miss from Mehta. Nonetheless, the ball gets to be bowled again. Do apologise for some of the issues that we've got with our electronics. I am not the guy to be solving those. I'm not the guy to be solving those problems at all. I will just keep talking about the beautiful game of cricket here in ACAC Park. A little shimmy down, and it's a dot ball. Mehta getting a little frustrated with himself. That's some good bowling. A little slow, dug into the pitch a little bit, and not quite able to get hold of that delivery.
One of the things that we have not seen as much is change of pace from the Lone Star Athletics bowlers. The pace has been pretty consistent. Sudesh there intelligently slowing it down a little bit. Word of instruction from Nikhil Kanchan to his younger partner, and waits for it. They're going to quickly run across. Might be a chance for a run out. No damage done. This is a good over from Siddesh.
Yeah, very good over indeed. And just giving them the opportunity to slow the game down a little bit. There's no boundaries. Let's see if Kanchan's got some ideas, though. He's been watching very closely from the non-striker's end. It's gone high into the air, should be taken, and it is indeed. And that's the pressure of a lot of dot balls, Ayup, where the batters feels the need to really have to push after a shot.
Good innings by Nikhil Kanchan comes to an end. Has been a fabulous player for St. Louis Americans this season. Finishes it off well. That brings the exciting Trevor Griffin to the crease. A hard-hitting left-hander. The foundation perfectly laid out for Trevor Griffin.
Kanchan batted beautifully. 40 runs off just 24 deliveries, 1-4 and 2-6 as a strike rate of 167. Really just adding to his excellent day yesterday. Interesting talking to Griffith yesterday after the game, and I felt that the game was just kind of ticking along. Both the fielding side and the batting side, St. Louis Americans were chasing low total, just ticking along at kind of 5, 6 and over. And I wondered if it needed someone in the batting team to put up their hand and say, look, I'm going to get this done, so we're not here in the 20th over. And Griffith said exactly that when I spoke to him after the game. He said, yeah, I just felt that there were so many gaps in the field. They were bowling some deliveries that could get hit, and he wanted to make sure that they weren't there until the 19th or 20th over. So he really took charge.
That's a wonderful stroke by Bhavya Mehta. Growing in confidence here. Short of length, cut it away. There have been appeals for that to have crossed the fence there. We'll be back after the break. 138 for 3 after 17.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Welcome back here at the ACA Park. A big shout out to all of the ground crew and the camera folks. GK and team done a fantastic job. Ajay Lal and the others in setting the stage here to bring to you this exciting contest between St. Louis Americans and Lone Star Athletics. St. Louis Americans, after a steady start, have upped the ante in the last few overs. They've raced on to 140 for 3 after 17 overs. Watch out for Trevor Griffin, who's on strike here. An exciting left-hander from the West Indies.
He scored 45 yesterday, not out, of just 21 deliveries. And so looking very, very good. Strike rate of 214. Be filled with confidence after yesterday. There we go. He does not wait at all. And first shot of his innings, he whips it for 6 runs over mid-wicket. That was his one and only sighter.
We're calling it very exciting left-hander. Hamza, a gentle loosener from him. There are no room for looseners in this format. Was a little short. Wonderfully picked away and deposited into the grass banks there on the leg side.
Yeah, you can't bowl wicket to wicket. You've got to be able to bowl with the stump at the very least. And it's a bowling to someone of this quality. He just foot down, opened up that right foot of his, gave himself room to hit over mid-wicket. Just lovely cricket shot. Here he goes for his second ball of the innings. Full toss. Tennis shot almost. That's going to be a well picked up. And that's unfortunately a run out there. And that is Bhavya Mehta showing his exhaustion. Bit of a brain fade there, unfortunately. And he's now been run out after a wonderful innings of 66.
It's a wonderful innings from Bhavya Mehta. Gets a standing ovation from the crowd here. Local lad, Bhavya Mehta, 66 for 53 deliveries, 3 boundaries on 1/6. Being congratulated by the opposition as well. Very heartening to see this. Big congratulations to the young lad and all the very best for his future. He's been applauded by his teammates into the dugout. That brings number 10, Ayan Khan, to the crease. These are the 2 big hitters for St. Louis Americans. Are we here in for a grandstand finish? 170 and 185.
Cricket's a funny game, isn't it? But you'd think the 160's going to be safe. Lots of bottom hand there, digs it out, does Griffith, and they come back for 2 easily with Ayan Khan, the Oman international. He will be excited for the World Cups coming up next year. One man of the match yesterday. Bowled in the power play. 2 overs, 2 maidens, 2 wickets. Outstanding. And he loves a bit of banter on the field. Loves to get under the opposition's skin a little bit, and likes to really kind of dominate situations, which I think is so important. And what I love about him, he does that for his other players as well, not just for himself. So he'll be looking to impose his authority in these last few overs and get that score up to into the 170s.
This is also what I like. Off the field, Ayan Khan is such a thorough gentleman. He's so well spoken, very respectful. But on the field, wears his heart on his sleeve there. Again, Trevor Griffon, the exciting talent here. Square drives there. They're trying to quickly scamper across for a single. Sidesh picks it up. It's a quiet over so far after the first lusty blow for a 6.
150 up after.
Ayan Khan, very crafty worksman.
2 lefties at the crease, Anup.
Again, I'm running into ball. Ayan Khan strokes it away. Whoa, that's beautifully played down the ground. It was almost at a yawking length. Digs it out. Hits it straight down the ground for a boundary.
That's not a bad delivery. That is not a bad delivery at all. But that's what I'm saying, Anup, is that wicket-to-wicket ball, I'm not sure it's always on, because it does seem to produce runs. And bowling at the death here, you'd want to be bowling wide, outside, off. Now and again, maybe let a wide slip, that's okay, but that wide 4th, 5th, even 6th stump is where you're aiming.
You see a change of pace here. Again, that's exactly what we've been calling for. You know, got to change up a little bit here. When it's evenly paced, it gets easy. 154 for 4 after 18 overs.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Last 2 overs for St. Louis Americans. Is that Nitesh Kumar to finish his spell? Nitesh all the way from Canada. Bowling into Trevor Griffon, the big hitter from St. Louis Americans. Trevor swills it across and he's bowled. Ball kept low a little bit. Trevor going for power, misses it, clips the outside of off stump.
Yeah, that wasn't the shot. That shot, you know,
it was a wild hike.
It's very, very unfortunate. He's a better cricketer than that. too short to play that shot. Shot just punching it into the offside would have got him the needed runs. And that's a disappointment after such a wonderful innings yesterday. I would have loved to see him really be his explosive self today. Head up in the air. Wrong decision there, unfortunately. And that brings in the young Arnav Jam, who hasn't had many opportunities. And his mum and dad and his brother at the ground today will be very excited to watch Arnav score some runs. So he's a strong hitter of the ball, and hopefully he can keep his shape, because he does time the ball very nicely indeed, and is quite happy to play the spinners for sure. He's a big lad, plays a lot of cricket, very confident young man, goes to local MICDS school, and he'll be looking to score some runs in the last couple of overs.
I've followed the growth of Arnav Jam. He's come about really well. He's put on some muscle this year, packs a punch, also plays with finesse. That's what I like about him. Again, they scamper through and turns the strike back to Ayan Khan. Ayan Khan needs to face the bulk of the deliveries here. Again, it was a wild hoik by Trevor Griffon. Like Peter mentioned, it's another interesting point is to see this pitch. It's a little up and down, not exactly evenly faced, so going for that wild hoik was not the best option. Would have done well to go down the track. Ayan Khan favors the mid-wicket area. There you go, goes for a reverse whip.
It could go all the way. And it does indeed. It's 4 bars, not what's needed now. That's poor keeping. He's a better keeper than that. Is Jahangir batted so well yesterday? No, sorry, that isn't Jahangir today, is it? The U19 player, Kanantha, will be disappointed with himself there, and that is a let-off. Interesting shot choice there.
Again, I remember a couple of weeks ago, Ayan got out to the same shot where he tried to go river sweep. Again, it's up in the air. This one's over the fielder, might be taken. That's out. It's an excellent catch, swirling around.
This is the challenge here, is that we understand that the batters want to go for it in the death overs, but at the same time, to have lost 2 very experienced players is going to now be a challenge for St. Louis Americans. Excuse the Lamborghini. It's clearly, I think he's just above the speed limit there, maybe 40 miles above the speed limit, but he's having a good day. But yeah, disappointing for Ayan, beaten by the spin there. Big outside edge, very well taken by the fielder. He's running over, taking it over his right shoulder there. So kudos to the visiting team, Lone Star Athletics, who've really bowled nicely in these last few overs, and certainly Nitish Kumar showing all his guile and his experience.
That was the 3rd wicket for Nitish Kumar. 3 for 26 of the 4th over. 2 more deliveries of this over. St. Louis Americans need to be a little careful here. They need to finish well. Arnav Jam strikes it down the ground. Again, a wonderful over so far from Nitish Kumar. Finishing off really well. Only 5 runs of this over so far. That brings Murli Basapalli to the crease. My good friend Murli. He's no slouch with the bat.
He's no slouch with the bat or with the ball either. Had a difficult day with the ball yesterday, and he's really, I'm sure, be eager to have a big final over. But this is, this is such an important over. The second last over is often the over that goes really, really huge, and Kumar has done an outstanding job just keeping the score down. Let's see what happens with this delivery. And again, it's just a single. There's no footwork. I wonder if there could be a little bit more footwork, putting a bit more pressure on the bowler, making him change his line and length. That's the end of the over. The 160 is up for 6 wickets. 1 over to go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, the final over. We are still dealing with some challenges around the cameras. We've got the captain, Patara, coming in. Put his hand up. Says, I'm going to bowl the final over after an outstanding over there by Nitish Kumar.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Welcome back, everyone, as the umpires take their stroll out to the middle of the ground. Don't often see umpires run. I think one of the things that you've got to, in order to pass an umpire's test, maybe you've got to be a good stroller. You've got to be able to just cruise around the field. I do like that. Well, both these umpires have had an exceptional day, and I'm sure they'll be continuing as usual. Luke Schofield is out there, eager to get his hands on the ball, followed by his captain, Justin Dill, and then wicketkeeper Nikhil Kanchan, who had a good day with the bat again. So 173 is the target set by St. Louis Americans. Is that enough? Well, in about 90 minutes, we'll be able to tell you. The feeling at the ground is that they were perhaps 10 to 15 runs short. That perhaps Trayvon Griffith should have come out a little earlier. And the reason being that he's an explosive left-hander, that he was perhaps left, in the 16th over, and that's a little bit too late for him. And rather hold back Kanchan and bring in Griffith. So, but still, Mehta, congratulations to him for scoring solid 66. And a wonderful partnership with Nikhil Kanchan at the start of the innings when the opening batter was lost very early. Luke Schofield will be very disappointed with himself, but that's the way that it goes, and it certainly makes it a long day for an opening batter when you go first ball. You know, he's on the field, he'll still be bringing energy and life. Young Parth Patel here, well batted Parth Patel. I'm sure he would have liked to go out there a little bit earlier. Parth took a fantastic couple of catches yesterday, one in particular where he had the cricket sense to track the ball, get close to his captain who had to fling the ball back as he was stepping over the field, and that was a catch that went down to Parth's name, a fantastic relay catch. But the cricketing sense shown by Patel was a delight to watch. We've got our two opening batsmen getting ready at the crease. The beautiful orange shoes. And let's see angles. We just got a quick break in the background there, a little bit of noise, we apologise. First ball to be bowled by Justin Dill.
Oh my God!
You can hear the absolute frustration. A simple catch to first slip should have been pocketed. And it looks like, is it Ali Bangash? I can't.
Wonderfully drafted delivery from Justin, moving away a little bit. That's a key miss. Ayan Khan usually gobbles it up in his sleep. A huge miss there. Let's see what Justin's answer is going to be. Again, strikes it up in the air. This might be another chance there. Just out of reach from the fieldsman, goes to the mid-off boundary.
Brutal loss, dropped and then hit for a one bounce four back over his head. As you said, just something that Khan would be taking in his sleep. I mean, simple catch into the breadbasket, no issue. We often see that first ball, no one's eyes really in, and Khan will be very disappointed with himself. But they need to make amends quickly because Jahangir can bat.
That was a crucial miss there. Shahan Jahangir has been their best batsman. St. Louis Americans need to brush it off now. We see Ayan Khan still thinking about it. He wasn't ready, like you mentioned, Peter. He was not really bent in position. Might have been thinking about how he's going to bowl in this game, but it's a crucial miss there. St. Louis Americans need to brush it off. Justin Dill running into bowl. Nice, easy run up. High arm action, releases it. Good steady start from Lone Star Athletics. Fielding is going to be super crucial in this innings because Lone Star Athletics need to take risks to get close to this target. If they were to overhaul this target of 174, St. Louis Americans crafted the innings really well. This Shahan Jahangir, very exciting. Again, slashes it away. This is running away to the third man boundary for four, rubbing salt into the wounds. Very unfortunate again for Justin Dill. Shahan Jahangir making his intent very, very clear here. Throwing his bat around already in the short innings. Again, strikes it away. This might be a catch. Again, falls agonizingly short of the fielder. Luke screaming in anguish there. Again, he's taking his risks. The score is 11 without loss after 1.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome everybody to the ACA Park here in St. Louis. Lone Star Athletics have a chase on their hands. We just witnessed a very eventful first over, a drop catch, a couple of balls falling agonizingly close to the fielders, and a couple of boundaries. If this is anything to go by, we have a very exciting chase on our hands here. In the commentary box, we have PD, Peter Dry, always insightful and a fabulous orator, myself, Anup Mohan. And then we have Shlok Mehta, who's our statistician.
He's coming and now it's working.
Again, Ayan with the ball in his hand to make amends here. Dropped Shan Jahangir of the first delivery. Is it going to be playing on his mind? You talk about mind games and the psyche.
He's a strong character, Ayan Khan. Very, very fierce competitor. Oh, wafts the bat out there. And,
Pulled a miserly spell yesterday, 4 overs, 12 runs.
He did. He was outstanding yesterday.
What did you notice were the key to his bowling yesterday, Peter?
Pace and line. Threw it in flat, wide outside off. You can see the pace there. Yeah, Ayan is as you said, off the field, he is an absolute gentleman, always smiling, always positive. Inside, behind that smile, is a fierce competitor, and he will be wanting to make amends for his drop catch, first ball of the over. Just shifting his fielder deep mid-wicket, working out where exactly to stand. It's well bowled in the block hole, but turned away for a single, and Schofield does the rest.
The two fielders in the deep, they're allowed in the field restrictions. One on the offside, the deep mid-off, and now Luke is moved a little squarer on the leg side at deep square leg. Ayan running into ball. Tushan Jahangir again tries to slog it away on the leg side. Wide delivery, good stop by Nikhil Kanchan.
Putting his body on the line there, wearing a bruise for his teammate Ayan Khan.
Hey man.
Very much a challenging situation when the ball is going across the batter, but well done, Kanchan, to keep the ball just to a wide. That's gone very high in the air, and that has certainly gone well over the boundaries, into the trees, and that potentially could be another lost ball. Although Lone Star Athletics have been pretty good at finding these balls deep into the forest. So not the start that Ayan Khan would have wanted, a drop catch and then being slapped for a 6 as well. And it wasn't a small one either. So this will be some delay to the game.
Looks a strong lad. Shan Jahangir made use of his weight and lovely shift of his weight onto the front foot.
What's interesting is that yesterday all of his shots were leg side, and we've seen 2 straight drives from him today, and showing that he can score around the ground. Yesterday he hit some mighty blows over square leg. One bounced on the road. Haven't seen a 6 that size before. It's a good 100 meters comfortably. The ball bounced off other side of the road. Thankfully there are no Ferraris or Lamborghinis going past. Have we found the ball? There is a ball that seems to be retrieved. Yeah, there's a couple actually that they've got there. It's kind of like my golf. Don't hit the ball very straight, and often come out of the woods with an extra ball or 2. So Ayan Khan really wanting to make amends here, and now he gets hit for a 6. Is it going to be one of those days for him? Or has he got the professionalism to dig deep, turn things around, put his hand up, and take control of this game?
Again, Ayan Khan tosses it up a little bit, and the line's going to be, and the length's going to be important. Again, this one fires it in a little bit. Shahan Jahangir flicks it away for a single. Jay Desai is his non-striking partner, now at the crease. Ayan Khan opened the innings yesterday. There's a change in the field. Slip being removed out, Murli being moved towards short mid wicket. Ayan runs into ball, down the track, cramps him up for room. It's a good comeback by Ayan. At the end of the second over, 20 for no loss.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
He's kind of tough. Sorry, no. He's kind of.
There's a change in bowling at the car park end. The ends have been named by Peter Dry, car park end, and the
Forest end.
naming rights provided by Peter Dry.
Isn't that something with grounds? They always have an end, don't they? They always have the name of an end, and I think the forest end, car park end. That'll do. And let's see if Sid Shah will do. Here he comes in at power play. Two batters looking very confident, very aggressive. See what the youngster can do here. Left arm.
Good start there. Ooh, that's close. Tries to steal a single, but sent back by his striking partner. Thankfully for Lone Star Athletics, no damage done. St. Louis Americans look sharp in the field.
Yeah, yesterday Sid Shah bowled well. He bowled 4 poor deliveries and they were all dispatched. So I spoke to him for quite a long time after the game. And let's see, just 2 singles of 2 balls. And he's got to just maintain his composure here. Not try anything different. If that's what's... Rather keep ego in check, you know. Just a single is a win, especially in the power play. So hopefully he's just confident enough to keep bowling that single delivery.
Talking about motivation levels, there's a lot to play for here in terms of pride. Well, to prove their worth in the team. And rips it away towards the offside. They run through for a quick single. That should have been cut off. The fielding is going to be very key here because the Lone Star Athletics are going to take some chance down. Shahan Jahangir, very exciting. Peter tells me that he's in the top 10 highest run getters at the MiLC today in this season. Again, sweeps it away. In fact, I'm sorry, towards the square leg boundary for a 4. Not only is he made of all brute force, but he's got finesse as well. Slightly drifting down the leg side. Gets to the pitch of the ball and sweeps it away.
Yeah, there was that slightly loose delivery, and as Shah said to me yesterday, he's learning at this level that you just simply can't bowl that loose delivery because it gets punished. That's a beautiful shot over the top and into the fence for another 4. That was thrown up, given some air, and gleefully taken on. Well struck, 1 bounce over the boundary. Shahan Jahangir showing that he can hit in different parts of the ground today. And certainly that was Shah's plan, was that he felt he was going to bowl a little wider and fuller outside off. He did it there. but was very well struck. And I think sometimes, you know, you've just got to take it as a bowler. You just got to go, yep, good shot, turn around and bowl your next one. Very well taken. Shy at the stumps. And a potential opportunity there for a run out. End of the over. 30 foot. No wicket after 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Ayan Khan staying in the attack, eager to break this partnership.
Drifts it down the leg side a little bit. Again, you heard Peter talk earlier in the day today. Some of the lines bowled by the Lone Star Athletic bowlers are slightly on midland leg, easy pickings for the batsmen. And fires it in a little bit. They run across for a quick single. Misfield there allows them to turn strike easily. It's a quick start here by Lone Star Athletics.
It is. They're off to a great start. Scoring at almost 11 runs and over. So they'll be very happy with their power play efforts. That's too short. Well picked up there by Bavia, who's on the field. Legs a little bit tired. Hopefully he's hydrated and he's feeling a little bit better. He should be feeling really good after his knock. You enjoy that knock, Anup?
Wonderful. Really good to see the local St. Louis lad given an opportunity, grabbed it with both hands and played a wonderful knock of 66 today, opening the batting. That's up in the air. This has to be taken. Parth is a wonderful fielder, judges it beautifully. The danger man goes, Shan Jahangir, caught by Parth Patel of Ayan Khan. That is the big wicket that they required, Peter.
Yeah, he just has beautiful hands. You and I have both played cricket with his uncle before, and I mean, they both have got these big meaty hands and not much slips through there. And Barb's in Canada, who texted me yesterday, she watches all the games. She said, can we call him Safe Hands Patel? I think after that catch, it's a good catch, wasn't it? He had to turn his back, look into the grey sky, white ball, very well taken.
And there are a couple of spots in the field right around where he took the catch where it's not very even, so it's not easy at all. Again, if you're looking at the replay, it went a little straighter than what Shan Jahangir would have wanted it, but that's exactly what St. Louis Americans required. Ayan Khan making the big breakthrough for his team when they needed it the most. Parth Patel again, very prodigious talent. Peter mentioned Parth's uncle, Neeraj Patel, Neeraj Patel Jawia, who we play cricket with. He himself is an exceptional all-rounder and a good fielder. He would have been proud of that catch. Huge shout out to Parth Patel's parents, Manish and his significant other. They would be very proud. Parents watching.
Manish and Meenakshi.
Meenakshi, yes. Very energetic Meenakshi. Sent me a message after the last game thanking us for calling the game. He made us...
Ayan Khan wrapping up his over. It's very well struck. That's coming this way. And it's just the one bounce over. That's just a beautiful cricket shot from the Canadian international. Beautifully struck over mid-wicket. And that's the one bounce for.
What a wonderful way to get off the mark. Peter tells me yesterday that he got out facing.
Now he's a quality cricketer, just all round. And we're going to see some Some good batting by both these players. The end of the over, that is 37 for 1 after 4.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके।
Yeah, talk about, and you've got Morley bowling.
Changing in the bowling for St. Louis Americans. A good friend Murli Basupalli comes on to bowl from the car park end, very intuitively named by Peter Dry, car park end.
Come on, Anup, I thought long and hard about that, you know.
Now it makes sense, easy to remember. Yeah, Shahin Jahangir. It's an important wicket. Got off to an excellent start, 17 of 10 deliveries, 2 hits to the boundary and 1 huge 6. Very important breakthrough there. Murli, very thinking bowler, changes it up really well. We were told last time that he has about 5 different off-cutters. Again, runs into bowl. Ooh, goes for a wild swing.
Like that delivery, like it, nice and full, outside off. You got Schofield deep on the long off boundary, waiting for the lofted shot, and you've got a deep square leg in Griffith. That's well cut, that could be out. It's a brilliant catch, absolutely brilliant catch. Sid Shah leaping to his right hand side. He is a left-hander, makes it even better. Stunning strike, but beautifully matched by Sid Shah. The 2 youngsters, Patel and Shah, coming to the party, Anup, making sure that catches are taken.
Wonderful fielding there. As we look at the replay, it was in the slot, drove it beautifully. Sid Shah flung himself to the right and plucked it out of thin air. Pure moment of magic from the youngster. The youngsters here for St. Louis Americans are ably supporting their team, really proving their think tank right. We talked about giving opportunities for the youngsters. Again, wonderful fielding. This is a great comeback by St. Louis Americans after a quick fire start for Lone Star Athletics. Murli Basupalli, Peter, we talked about, has this knack of picking up wickets.
Yeah, I know, you're absolutely right. And I think that first ball in the slot and the second ball a little bit wider outside off. The shot's on. The shot is absolutely on. And it was just really well taken at the end of the day, because that would have been a 4 very, very comfortably. So you've got 2 new batters at the crease now, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to push through the power play. I imagine they will, and make sure that the runs keep flowing. So we still got just the two players out in the deep. Griffith is out there at backward square leg, beautiful fielder, and then captain Justin Dill has pushed himself up to deep mid wicket, Morley into bowl.
New batter Kamran Sheikh. Again, that's a wild swing towards the leg side. Oohs and ahs going around.
It's an interesting shot, first ball. Quite a wild swing. Not sure that his coach would appreciate that. But again, you know, Morley, he doesn't look like much. But he, as you said, he's a wily bowler.
Again, great line and length there. This is what I like about Murli. He's a very thinking bowler. To the new batsman, he knew that his feet was not moving and pitched it in a little fuller in his first delivery, and this one short of the length. You can see the different lengths that Murli is bowling to set the batsman up. Again, a wild hawk on the leg side. It's not a percentage shot here, and not percentage cricket being played by Lone Star Athletics.
There looks like there's a plan, and the plan looks like we're in the power play. Get out there, beat that inner ring, and let's get those runs. If you lose a wicket in the process, we can regroup. We back ourselves that we've got enough batters still in the pavilion to come. Maybe that's it. It'll be interesting to see how the Canadian international Nitish Kumar, how he takes this on. End of the over, 38 for 2 after 5.
Great comeback.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back here as you're tuned in to watch the final game, league game of the MiLC 2022, sponsored by Sunoco and Toyota. In the hut here in the commentary box, we have Shlok, our statistician. He's been ringing in the changes with the cameras and the angles. We're having some technical difficulty where we only have one camera working right now, but nevertheless, Peter, Dry, and myself, Anup Mohan, going to call the action as it is.
Sid Shah, changing ends, interesting. Bowling with the wind. The wind's changed direction. Yesterday it was bowling the other way, so this might help just hurry the delivery through a little bit. Of course, he used to be a left-arm opening bowler. He was pretty quick. And he changed to spin, and the next thing he's playing semi-professional cricket. So, pretty decent decision.
Remember, Anil Kumble started off as a fast bowler in the beginning.
Geez, he still bowled fast. I remember when he first came to South Africa, people were like, do we play him as a medium pacer? Do we play him as a spinner? He really got the South Africans into all sorts of trouble. That's well hit, that's deep, that's far. Oh, and that's 4 runs. Just short. Trayvon Griffith doing his best to get back there. The only way he was going to take that was if he was actually on the boundary, but he's in.
They pushed long on back. Again, going over the top. This might be out. Ayan Khan under it. He takes it.
Takes that
Wonderful breakthrough there. Fantastic wicket by Sid Shah. Great entertainment here for the audience. The local hero, Sid Shah, gets his second breakthrough after a wonderful catch as well.
Yeah, that is really, really brilliant work in the field by Ayan Khan, and great to see Sid Shah in the wickets as well. A couple of balls going up over the top, and it is the last over of the power play, and so, you know, good on Lone Star for actually pushing through that power play. We wondered if they would do that, and they have indeed. But they're putting themselves into a good position now. They'll be happy with their run rate. But 3 wickets is something just to be slightly concerned about, and they'll be sure now to reset, and perhaps their strategy over. 43 for 3 after 6.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the ACA Park. While we're going through some technical difficulties, we're still calling the game with one camera on. Again, Murli Basupalli runs into bowl, little short of length, tries to slap it away on the leg side. Again, there's no intent to rotate strike here and get their eyes in before they try to slog. They're going to go for it right from ball one. Murli runs into bowl again. This one, he's a little more watchful.
Yeah, I like your point there of the swing and a miss, and maybe there's opportunity for the single and rotating the strike. They're going to have to change their plan. The plan did look like they were going to be hitting it big and try to hit their way out of trouble. They may have to just look to rotate the strike. There are plenty of runs on a big field like this. It's a full toss. Low full toss is fine though. Those seldom pick up runs. And Griffith picks it up very comfortably there, willing the player to run a second, take on his arm. They are not going to do that.
This is what the Lone Star Athletics need for the next few overs. New batsman is Hrit Hinge. Under 19 player from Houston. Very heartening to see these youngsters being given an opportunity. The St. Louis lads have taken the opportunity, grabbed it with both hands, and you see all-round batting, bowling, fielding, exceptional. It really validates the community that ACA has created here in St. Louis, priming these players, giving them the experiences that they require to excel, and laying a strong foundation for them to really go showcase their talents.
Yeah, great opportunity. Both skippers and coaches giving the youngsters a go. That's a great delivery. Fires it in at his feet. And no chance to score off that with that. So, very good over. Really battled yesterday, just didn't quite get it right. Looks to be in much better form today. It's amazing what a good sleep can do for you.
I talked to him yesterday after the game. He was a little disappointed, but I knew that he's a fighter. Again, I really like what he's done this tournament. End of the 7th over, 46 for 3.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Welcome back to the Toyota Sunoco 2022 MiLC. Thanks to our sponsors. Looking for a car? Toyota is the one brand that you might want to consider very reliable. If you want to fill gas to your Toyota, go to a Sunoco gas station. Sicha continuing to bowl. Wicket, he's flying high right now. There's a buzz in the field right now where the fielders are really backing themselves. Everybody is chirping along. In the player spotlight, Luke Schofield has been a revelation for St. Louis Americans. Very, very committed cricketer. Unfortunately, he got out to a brilliant catch today. He's been fantastic. Something about you South Africans, Peter, on how you guys analyze. You're still very cool and calm. You don't see them too frustrated. Up in the air, just falls short of Sicha. Agonizingly close there. Again, turning the face of the bat too fast. But again, coming back to South Africans, really admire your passion and dedication with a cool mind. You mentioned about Jonty Rhodes. How is he doing more recently, your friend?
Rocks back, just a quick single. He's well. He's launching he's just launched a game, a cricket game, and then he's coaching, still doing some RPL coaching. He's also coaching the national team in Sweden. Living there at the moment, seems to be based there with his kiddos. His eldest daughter, of course, is in the US think she's playing her final year of D1 field hockey. Very, very good player indeed. Definitely has got better stick work than Jonty ever had. And she's quick, composed, and it was enjoyable to see her play a couple of times this season. Jonty getting ready, of course, for the Legends game. Some big names coming out of retirement. Young Sid Shah, in he goes again, darts it in, back foot, punches it through. They're going to try and come back for two. It's a real difficult one, chancing the arm of Griffin. Oh, that's well done. That's a very good two indeed. But when you play that ball with soft hands into the space, into the gaps here, the twos are on.
Very sensible batting. This is what we've been calling for. Ones and twos to turn strike around, get closer to the total, and then they can go boom boom in the last 5 overs. He's going to let the bowler think a little bit. He has to change his line and length based on the batsman. Again, looking for two. Let's settle for one. Parth Patel, you don't want to be taking his arm on. 50 for the loss of 3 wickets after 8.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Kamran Sheikh has played himself in a little bit. He's taken time. 9 of 12 deliveries. It's just come to the crease. 5 of 8. Murli runs into bowl again. And they're run through for a quick single. Chance of a run out there. Murli slips and hops over.
Well, who's going to put their hand up? I know who's going to put their hand up from the Lone Star Athletics and say, I'm going to take control and I'm going to bring this team home. Because the run rate is steadily drifting above 10 and over. And that starts to get into danger territory, especially so early on in the game. So they are going to have to target a couple of big overs, and that looks like that's out. Something's happened. No one's too sure what's just happened.
The wicketkeeper is appealing for a stump, and the bowlers are appealing for a caught behind.
That's probably a good summary of the situation.
It's interesting to see both the umpires were put under pressure. Cumulatively, there was no decision made. Just watch the length that Murli is bowling here. He's got 5 different lengths for the 5 deliveries, and the 6th one he keeps us guessing. This one's a little shorter. They pull it away for a single. Again, Murli has really matured into a very dependable bowler for St. Louis Americans. It's a little unfortunate that we've not seen his batting and his graceful hitting so far, but has really come through as a bowler. A smooth run up to the crease. Again, nippy action. Oh, there's a little bit of confusion there. Sid Shah, very sharp in the field. This lad is looking good, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a tough, an interesting decision from the batters, because of course Sid Shah's a left-hander, so he didn't have to run around the ball, and I think that caught them by surprise.
ACA is producing a good crop of cricketers here. The exposure that they've been given to different circumstances, and Shlok's telling us, the statistician is telling us that their scenario plays in the nets that they train for. Oh, very nicely got it away towards third man. It's going to pull up in this heavy outfield. Arnab Jam returns it, and they scamper across for a 2. Yeah, the platform laid out by ACA has been fantastic. Very forgiving conditions today here at the ACA Park. It's still gorgeous.
There's some issues. We're not quite sure what's going on here. And
it looks like there's something behind the bowler's back that's been bothering the batsman. Probably pictures being taken. The flash of the camera is impacting the batsman. Again, tries to run it along, but this time a tad bit quicker. No damage done. 56 for 3 after 9.
1, 2, 3.
we're just having a break here and seeing Sridhar preparing his delicious food again. What does that look like? Well, cameras have gone down, but I can tell you what, whenever Sridhar is on the barbecue, things taste delicious. And oops, something's got to happen here. Something's got to happen here. One of these batsmen or both of them have got to decide we're going to take some control here and have a few big overs and start to put the pressure back on St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, we said we needed a couple of quiet overs where they didn't lose any wickets, but while one of them plays the sheet anchor role, Peter, you mentioned about the required run rate. It's at 10.7 now. They don't want to see that creeping beyond 12. That's too much pressure. This is a huge outfield. Hitting boundaries and sixes is not that easy, especially in the spirit that St. Louis Americans are here. They want to end on a high. They have the crowd behind their backs. This might be the over where they're going to get the legs moving a little bit. That's not going to be enough. You got to keep the scoreboard moving. 56 of 9. They've lost 3 quick wickets, but these two players have steadied the ship slightly, but the ship needs to get some momentum right now.
Ayan Khan into his third over. He's bowled Kamran Shaikh on 12 of 16 deliveries, strike rate of 75, and Rit Hinge 8 off 11, strike rate of 73. Strike rate's very low at the moment. We know that a couple of big hits can get the strike rate looking a little healthier. It doesn't take much to turn a T20 game around. They are going to have to take control because this run rate is starting to get out of. That's very well taken indeed. Ayan beating the batsman completely.
We were talking about this in the first innings when we said St. Louis Americans, our statistician Slok mentioned that they're a bowling heavy team today. So need to get the scoreboard moving here quickly. Very tight lengths being bowled by the St. Louis Americans bowlers. Bringing in his experience, the Oman international Ayan Khan. Talking about the Middle East, the 2022 Soccer World Cup, FIFA Soccer World Cup is in the Middle East this year. A little controversial, but...
A little controversial, a little bit warm.
I was looking at some of the stadiums built. They have fully air conditioning stadiums for the first time. How incredible is that?
A few additions to global warming, maybe?
What's your favorite soccer team, Peter?
As a youngster, my dad gave me an Arsenal shirt. Just the classic 1970s gear. And
I wish you didn't say that. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. They're down the road and
down
they're
the road, that's
traditional
right.
rivals.
This could be a run out. Bavia onto the ball quickly. Neat running indeed.
Like you a little less right now, Peter.
Okay, now the conversation has shifted to soccer. Actually, right now there's on Apple TV, there's a documentary called All or Nothing, and they are absolutely fascinating. Whether you like the team that they're focusing on or not, it's just really is remarkable insider footage into how these teams operate. It's well
Really
hit down the
fascinating.
ground.
I wish we could do something like that for cricket to show the inner workings of how a cricket team, a soccer club runs. The score is at 60 for the loss of 3 wickets after 10.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
A big call out to all the support staff who made this day happen here at the ACA Park. We've had numerous volunteers come and prep the ground, prep the cameras, prep the mics, prep the pitch for us to have this wonderful spectacle.
Jessica Dill, as always, camera and phone in hand, making sure that social media is alive and well and keeping such good track of the happenings of this team. So always appreciate her support and her willingness to really keep this team out there in the profile high. Right, we've got a change in bowling, and
Arnav Jamb comes into bowl. Arnav, we've watched him mature as a cricketer in the last few years. He bowls right arm off break. He also has a good faster one. Peter?
yeah, now we're going to see not too much flight, I don't think, from Arnav. Have a feeling he'll push it through. That's in the slot. Welcome to minor league cricket, Arnav Jamb. It's a tough one indeed. It's a good shot. It is in the slot. He'll learn from that. He's a smart young man, and he'll certainly be looking off stump.
It was a big six. Kamran Sheikh has got his eye in, got to the pitch of the ball, and welcomed Arnav Jamb to the crease with a huge six. It's going to be interesting to see how Arnav is going to come back from this.
Anup, this is maybe the guy to target. He's young, hasn't had much cricket for this team. He's a good cricketer, but Lone Star Athletics have to pick a bowler. They've got to target and get just a couple of big overs to get back in the game.
Have to. They need 113. At the start of this over, they run through for a quick single. A direct hit would have got him. Nikhil Kanchan very sharp there. Again, they're running for everything at this point of time. Good comeback by Arnav. Kept it slightly short of length. We talked about lengths earlier. This is about where he wants to keep it. Has to fire it in a little faster, not give time for the batsman to adjust.
Rich and Arnav know each other very well. They've played each other numerous times as they've gone up through the ranks. So this will be a good times for both of them now facing off in minor league cricket championship.
Arnav going around the wicket, interestingly. And again, he strokes it away beautifully between point and fine leg. Point and third man. They run through quickly for a 2. Fired it in a little faster. Waited for the ball and then cut it away. Maybe for hit, he can slow his pace down a little bit. Invite him down the track. Interesting strategy going around the wicket. Rit needs to make a move on here. Again, beautifully stroked away on the offside. Parth Patel is going to cut it. Strong arm, return back. A bullet of arm from Parth Patel.
To all those hours practicing baseball, it's paying off in the cricket field for sure. Really cut that down to just a single. Arnav picking up the pace of his deliveries here. It's come back nicely after that first delivery that went for 6.
Partnership has been ambled on to 27, but it has taken 30 deliveries. Again, hucks it away on the leg side. An opportunity there. They try to go back for a second, but beautiful fielding there in the deep by Ayan Khan. Returns it. Yeah, Peter, I think it's about time right now that they start thinking about a few boundaries. The run rate has slowed down and the required run rate has mounted to 12 and over now. You don't want to leave too much towards the end.
Now, this has been a good over for Lone Star Athletics. You ease a lot of pressure when you hit the first ball for a boundary. So this has been an over that's got the required 10 runs and over, but they're going to need a lot more of these. Can this be a big boundary to wrap it up? It's well bowled, and they'll just come through for the single. So Arnav really brought it back nicely after that first delivery. And at the end of the over, it's 71 for 3 after 11.
1, 2, 3.
Bowling change at the Forest Park end. Correction, Peter, I'm sorry, it's the Forest end. Need to get these ends correct. Sudhanshu, as we see in the visuals there, we have tailgating. We have tailgaters here at the ACA Park enjoying the ground. There's food, there's fun, there's frolic. And their families here supporting their favorite teams. Sudhanshu coming on to bowl. Sudhanshu is a leg spinner. Got to see a little of him in Houston when he played his first game. Very heartful cricketer. Tosses it up a little, has a good googly in him. This pitch has a little bit in it for the spinners as we have seen so far with Ayan, Sid and Arnab getting some purchase in the track. This is another bowler that they can target. That's in the air, just drop short of Murli. This might be a run out here. Missed it, and they run through for a single. All happening here in Sudhanshu's first delivery. Tossed it up a little bit, he tried to cut it, took the outside edge, lobbed it towards Murli, who dived despairingly, couldn't grab it.
Seemed to react really late with that one, don't know, maybe just misjudged the pace that was coming off the bat. It was a looping outside edge rather than it coming off a little quicker, so slight misjudge there, but a chance nonetheless, and then nearly a run out too, so good start. It's gone big, swing and a miss. And I don't blame the batters for going big because they have to get a boundary pretty much off every over for them to have a fighting chance to get their 10 or 11 runs for that over. But the run rate just drifting away from them ever so slightly. That's well hit, and that should just be the one. In the safe hands of Luke Schofield, not much gets past him. a target, Anup.
I think
Where
this
those
is the
two,
over that they need to go for it.
you talk about those 18-run overs. They just need a couple of those, and they'll be back on track.
His partnership is 31 of 35, just not enough at this point of time. They need a couple of lusty hits. They run across for 2 runs. Excellent backing up by Bhavya, who played a magnificent innings this morning for his team. The required run rate is at 12 at this point of time. They need to make a move on. They need to get closer to the target. Justin still has 2 overs. Ayan has 2 overs. It's going to get really difficult to get these experienced craftsmen away. Stanshu running the ball. Right arm. Oh, he's gone! Beautifully taken. Outside edge. Nikhil Kanchan grabs it. That's a wonderful leg spinner's dismissal.
Absolutely, absolute classic, wasn't it? And as you said, Anup, really neatly taken because of that inning. So reach out, just was working hard, trying to find the singles, just struggled to find the boundaries, and they're really going to need some big hitters now to turn things around. We know there are lots of 1s and 2s out there. We know that it's a big field. But we also know that when you're chasing a big total, you do have to get the boundaries. Lovely to see that wicket coming at just the right time. We said catches and fielding was going to be important. I was just going to mention, look, just before there, we saw some really good fielding, great swooping in from the boundary. Bhavya diving to stop the extra overthrows. Parth Patel running in, giving a big pat on the back. Well done, mate. So still the energy, even though it's the last game, nothing really matters if they win or lose other than pride, and pride's a big deal. And so is momentum. So is momentum. Taking this last run of wins into the next season, I think, will be big.
The stakes are still pretty high, and it's really good. You know, we talked about this being a pressure game, applying the pressure. They stopped the overthrow, and that put pressure on the batsman. Sudhanshu tossed it up really nicely, gave it a little bit of air, outside edge, and Nikhil Kanchan did the rest behind the stumps. Again, I really like the captaincy here. He's bringing his field in. The new batsman is Ali Bagash, or Bangash, I would say. I'm sorry. Quickly gets off strike. Luke Schofield.
Great energy in the field there. Both, who's that, Sid Shah and Luke eagerly chasing down that ball. End of the over, 77 for 4 after 12.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Arnab Jam to continue from the car park end. Ali Bangash bowled a good spell. It's a little expensive towards the end. I just watched his coach give him some instructions before he came in. He was showing him the short boundaries. So my guess is that he's not going to be hanging around too long here. Arnab Jam going around the wicket.
He went for 12 last over, so he's going to be looking to tighten things up a little bit. It's short, that's very well cut away. Patel having to get down both knees to make sure of that. It's just a single. Single, I think, is always a win for a bowler.
Especially in this stage of the innings when you know that the batters require 12 runs per over to chase this down. Keep it to singles, put the pressure back on the batsman to hit big boundaries. This is also an incredibly huge outfield. Might be one of the bigger ones in the United States. And then hike towards the leg side, keeps it to a single. Singles are okay as far as the Americans are concerned. What's your assessment of St. Louis Americans' performance this season, Peter? Anything that stands out for you? Anything that they need to be working on next year?
Short, doesn't quite get hold of it, just the one. I think it's been good to see players like Ayan Khan and Nikhil Kanchan, Luke Schofield, obviously Justin Dill, some really strong players that needed to stand up and were really coming through nicely as well. And of course the youngsters. And it's been a really growing experience for them, and I think that the management knows it's well hit. That'll go all the way for 4. Floated up a little bit more by Jam, and well taken care of at the end. Beautiful shot through the covers, 4 runs. So the management is aware that this team is all about growing and about developing. And I think the teams in the future who do well are those teams who are going to be able to keep a strong core of players, and they're going to be able to then really build off of that. I also, Mehta batted very well today, so yeah, I think there's a lot of positives to take in a very competitive league. That's 2 short again. That's 2 short deliveries. Both have been dispatched for 4, and that in fact went all the way for 6. So this is the aspect of blooding youngsters. This kind of, see one of the more experienced players now end up running up, slowing things down, having a conversation with him, just calming everything down.
Definitely, and we've seen that happen throughout the season, where the youngsters have been backed and supported by the senior players. Arnab has a strong head on his head. And throughout the season, we've seen that there's been a good mix of youth as well as experienced cricketers. Like you mentioned, Peter, this is a building team, a budding team.
Please.
Again, wonderfully stroked down the ground, just freeing his arms and stroking it away. 90 for the loss of 4 wickets after 12.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Cameron Sheikh looking really good, 38 off only 28 deliveries, 3 4s and 2 6s, strike rate 136. Ali Bangash, strike rate of 103 off 3. Arnav Jam going for 29 in his 2 over. So there's your big over.
Oh yeah!
Oh, he's bowled him. He's bowled him completely.
That's good. That's good.
That's outstanding work, and that is being given out. The batter thought that maybe it was the keeper's gloves that hit the off stump, but in fact it was a very quick delivery straight through and beaten all ends up. Off stump's gone.
Just about to say that was very fastish. He left him wondering what just hit him. It was a fastish delivery. Didn't get his leg sorted out. Didn't exactly know where he was hanging around, but Ali Bangash bowled by Sudhanshu. It was an important wicket after the last big over that St. Louis Americans gave away 17 runs.
That's right. That's right. So lovely comeback, really good team effort there. That looked like just a straight seamer, didn't it? That was really quick, as we can see from the replay there. So wickets are falling at regular intervals every time. Lone Star seems to be getting back into the game, building a bit of momentum. A wicket falls, and they've got to reset and restart. So good work by St. Louis Americans. And Anup, this is, you're talking about how the season has gone. You know, St. Louis Americans have never won 2 back-to-back. So this could be the first weekend that they can do that. So that's important for them. They're going to next season knowing that they can actually put 2 wins back-to-back. They know that they've got a youngster in Mehta. They know that Sid Shah's bowling nicely left arm. Parth Patel, we still haven't seen him today, bowled beautifully a couple of weeks ago. So lots to build on, that's for sure.
Great observation there. They're going to take a lot of heart from this performance here. Right now, Lone Star Athletics seem to have lost their momentum of this chase. It was a little confusing to see what the strategy was, because they came in all guns blazing. They lost 3 wickets. They still try to go for it, and swept away towards Parth Patel at deep fine leg, slides, picks it up, returns it. 2 runs to Sudesh Patare, the captain.
That's a beautiful shot. Just watched it onto the bat. Full face of the bat onto the ball. Down to the fine leg, just for the 2, but really lovely shot off the leg spinner. Floated up, struck well along the ground. Schofield will pick that up and get in very quickly. Misfield, slight misfield, and it comes for 2.
The onus is on Sudesh right now. He needs to hang in there, keep the strike moving, take responsibility, get it closer, get it to the last 3 or 4 overs, where if they can push the score to where they would require 40-50 runs of the last 4 overs, that gives them an opportunity, that gives them a chance. It's been a very disappointing tournament. Hits it up in the air. This is going to be out. Beautifully taken there by Sid Shah. Celebrates it.
He deserves to celebrate. It was, you called it, that's a tough chance. Again, he's had 2 difficult catches. He's taken both them running backwards. Ball seems to just keep drifting away from him. He kept going, and eventually took it beautifully, hit the ground, held onto the ball. Great to see the young man celebrate like that. And another wicket goes. And as you say, Anup, you know, if they can get into the 40 runs in the last 10 overs, even 44, 45 runs the last time, it's doable. We've seen T20 cricket, you can score 12 runs and over in the last few overs. But with 6 wickets down now, things are looking very, very difficult indeed.
Absolutely. This is the 3rd wicket for Sudhanshu. We said there's a little bit of spin in this pitch, but he's varied his pace very nicely. This one tossed it up a little bit. Sudesh wasn't to the pitch of the ball, still went through with the shot. An excellent catch by Sid Shah, who's having an excellent game here. His 2nd brilliant catch today.
He's bowled well too, you know, 3 overs, 1 for 21. Got the important wicket of Nitish Kumar as well for only 4 runs, who hasn't really featured in the batting this weekend. And then, yeah, Bajpai, just three wickets for only 9 runs. So Leggy doing really well here, backed up by some great fielding.
Again, a disappointing batting performance so far by Lone Star Athletics. They need a miracle to pull this off now. Run rate is 12 and over, that's required. St. Louis Americans have their tails up right now.
Yeah, they'll be eager to get 2 wins in 2 days. First time for the season, as we said. That just builds a lot of confidence in this team. It's a lovely team spirit. The older players are great mentors to the youngsters. They work hard, they have a lot of fun, And it's always lovely just to connect with them after games and just feel the warmth. 99, 6 wickets down in the 15th over.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
It looks like a Sid. Shah.
Sid Shah, is it back into the attack as Sridhar and Raj are working hard at the barbecue there. Can't wait. It's going to be delicious, that we know. We also know that Sid Shah has had a good game. Good game with the ball, good game in the field, 2 great catches. He's going to be bowling his final over. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 21. He's bowled at both ends. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes. Trying to wrap it up here. He'd love to get himself another wicket. I think there's a car there that's got the lights on. I'll just switch that off. Give the batter a chance to get his focus.
Looking at the league table in the Pacific Conference, a victory here is going to put St. Louis Americans in the top 4, which is still pretty good. They get to 15 points, just below Michigan Cricket Stars. The other game, Michigan Cricket Stars still had an opportunity, but it looks like they're losing to Dallas Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, it is good, Anup, because you've got a situation where there's a young side, a developing side, and for them to finish in, the last thing you want is to be a team from the Midwest finishing at the bottom of the table. And then the question becomes, are they really deserving of a place? Should we keep them? Should we give another team to one of the big cities? So St. Louis Americans are fighting for something really important here in many ways, to keep a place in the conference.
That's exactly what I was trying to hint at here, is that this has been a premier competition and there are a lot of cities vying for a spot. People trying to prove themselves, franchises spending a lot of effort. There's a lot of different aspects than just cricket that goes into it. The financial component to it, the mental component to it, everything from nutrition, everything is planned out in such a meticulous way. And ultimately, it comes down to results. We are in a results-oriented business. That's up in the air. Might clear
the all the way. Yeah.
It's gone for 4.
4 runs. Yeah, absolutely. There's more at stake here than we realise, and a place like St. Louis Americans, with their home ground here at ACA in St. Louis, Missouri, not known as a big cricketing space. We know baseball for sure with the Cardinals, world famous team. But cricket is just trying its hardest to come alive here, and it's critical then that the minor league team does stay alive. It's another swing, top edge. It'll be chased down, just the 2 runs. So it's been a decent over so far for Lone Star Athletics. I think they'd love another boundary here. Keep them in the hunt, that's for sure.
Disappointing season for Lone Star Athletics as well. There's a lot of talent pool around Houston, Austin, and the Texas area. They have to dig deep on rethinking their strategy for recruitment. I think they gave a lot of opportunities for local players and talent around Texas, which is important, but this again, Luke Schofield takes it. Sid Shah gets another important wicket there. The crowd is pumped. Wonderful catch by Luke. Swiftly moves across to his right and safely takes it.
Yeah, you just see the energy and joy of Sid. I mean, he's just loving his day out there. It's a second. He knows these batters are going to go after him, and to get his place, the fielder, that's fantastic stuff. And he just absolute sheer joy when Luke picked up the catch right on the boundary there, not cleanly struck. And a good day, as I said earlier. That's his second wicket, 3.5 overs, 2 for 28, 7.3 run rate. So add that to his 2 excellent catches. He's going to be smiling tonight as he falls asleep. It's been a good day for the young man.
I know how hard he's worked for this. It's good for him.
Yeah, he certainly worked hard for this. He's so eager to perform, and his teammates very, very happy for him indeed. So 14, Jahangir 17, Kumar 4, Shaikh troubling the scores of the 44, Hing 16, Bangash 3, Patare 4. It's like a pretty decent collapse there. I hope that has not helped them at all. Wickets falling in the 11th, 13th, 2 in the 13th over, and now this one in the 14th over.
Very disappointing run chase. They just didn't construct an innings together. If you looked at St. Louis Americans, they played in partnerships. They played and batted for each other during the tough times. And finally they were able to reveal towards the end. Again, there was a little bit of bite in that delivery. Kicked up a little bit. That finishes Sid Shah's 4-over spell, 2 for 28. Wonderfully done, young man. 107 for 7 after 14 overs.
1, 2, 3.
We're talking about the top performers today. Bhavya Mehta is very fearless. Sudhanshu running into bowl his next over. So very intelligent bowler. That one's a Raman. A little short.
Sudhanshu's had a big impact on the game as well with his 3 wickets for only 10 runs. And so a lot of players put their hand up as we're thinking about who could be the man of the match. Is it Bhavya Mehta with his 66? Is it Sudhanshu Vajpayee with his 3 wickets? Sid Shah with his 2 wickets and 2 outstanding catches? We'll have to see what the umpires say. The analytics say one thing, but of course
it has to be taken in the context of the game.
The context of the game is key.
Context and perspective in life are everything. That's what I've learned in my recent past, Peter.
As we grow and mature and become wise.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fascinating experience for me to co-commentate. We interact with you guys here. A lot of insight. I also try to take these experiences to other parts of my functional life. Oh, a loud appeal there. It's been a good tournament so far. Summer has flown by really, really fast. School starting and opening up here soon. We'll be again back next year, of course, in 2023. Hopefully a better version of ourselves. Of course, we have the best version in Peter Dry.
Not always. That's what we try and do, don't we? I think it's we try and be the better version of ourselves. Comes back to backward point. Parth Patel picks it up, no run. And it's the same when we deal with the players as well, as they crossover for the end of the over. We'll talk more about that next time. It's 109 for 7 after 16.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Exciting to see young Parth Patel into the bowling attack. He is a fine cricketer with a great cricketing mind and a lovely all-rounder. Very good catcher indeed. In the outfield, strong arm, just great addition to the team. Oh, that's gone. What a brilliant catch! What a brilliant catch! Just as I was saying, you cannot keep this man out of the game. That was nowhere near a catch. Out of nowhere, diving horizontally. Anup, you don't see much better than that.
This is like a jack in a box. This was fabulous. Shlok tells us that he does this all day long in practice, anticipates. Wonderful. He flighted it in, invited the batsman to drive, and it looked nowhere close to him, but dives to the left and pulls off a magnificent catch. Parth Patel for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolute brilliance. And to see the players still throwing themselves around, even at this stage of the game, is fantastic. It shows you just the sheer delight that the St. Louis Americans have in playing the game of cricket. Even though they are out of the competition, they're out of the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, it doesn't matter. They are still fighting for each other. They're fighting for their club. They love this game, and they are fierce, fierce competitors. Brilliant cricket all round.
Exuberance of youth, Peter. That's what I like. We know that this is a dead rubber, but still the commitment, the passion, the drive of wanting to perform. Parth, we've said, is an exceptional cricketer. He finished the innings off really well with the bat, 17th over, but has been focusing really, really hard. It's a brilliant catch. Got the crowd moving here. We're looking for excitement here, where it's gone a little quiet in the last few overs. Parth provided one and knows this pitch really well. Remember last time when he got 4 wickets?
I do remember.
He varied his pace and his length. He's trying to do the same again here, Peter.
And he got some big names as well, some really big names. It's a little bit short. He's going to have to pull it just a little tighter than that. There's only the one. Bhavya, Mehta, good arm, attacks the ball regardless of the situation in the game.
Also feels like a master stroke here, giving opportunities to the youth. Sometimes mature minds try to take it easy and trying to understand the context of the game with the young players. Always give it 100%. This time we've seen everybody give it more than 100%. Kudos to the ACA management here and Coach CD and Justin with Dill to back the youngsters. It's up in the air again! Oh, just out of reach! Despairing dive by Parth Patel. He almost got it there.
Again, he had no rights to that catch. Shouldn't have gone anywhere closer, and there were fingertips there. He launched himself. He's just such a great athlete. And bringing some real excitement to the game here. And I just feel that whenever Parth's involved, there's excitement. He's got a little bit of that X factor. And that's gone. He's got him. He saw him coming down the track. He pushed it flat and wide. The off stump gone with the stumping. Brilliant keeping by Nikhil Kanchan, and Parth Patel can't keep him out of the game.
This was a smart dismissal. You saw him rocket away towards the leg side, and Nikhil Kanchan did the rest. Wonderful over by Parth Patel, vindicating his captain to bowl him at the death. This is a great, strong finish for St. Louis Americans at their home ground. Like Peter mentioned, they're on their way to their first back-to-back wins.
Good to see the banter continuing out there. Of course, a lot of these youngsters have played against each other for many years, and there's still passion out there. Justin Dill wanders over just to see if he can check everything's all right. Of course, there is Ayan Khan, always eager to get involved in a bit of banter himself. I'm sure he'll be getting in the heads of the players as well.
So here it is, last wicket to wrap up this season's 2022 Toyota Sunoco Minor Cricket League for these two underperforming teams, but St. Louis Americans are going out holding their heads high. Parth Patel to run into bowl. Batsman confidently strokes it down. End of the over, 17th of this innings, 110 for 9.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Arnav Jam comes back to bowl his third over. He's been a little expensive. 2 overs, 29 runs so far. But if he can cap this off with a wicket, that's going to be a good day for all of the ACA youngsters.
Protection. 5 people on the boundary. Long off, long on. Cow corner. Deep square leg and a sweeper. See young Arnav jump if he can get that wicket. Oh, that's very well bowled. A quick delivery. And Saripella missed it in time. It's either just hit out or get out. It's our 18th over. Well played, driven along the ground. Griffith has had a quiet game. It's well played. It's good cricket all round. Like to see the umpire get to a bit of a better position to side that ball. I think he's a bit tired as well. I'm not sure how much you can see from that angle. So yeah, I mean, Anup, you got to move around. You got to be able to see the line.
Absolutely, he was watching the ball for his second.
You got to see the line as straight on versus over the top of the stumps.
Absolutely, especially when we don't have a third umpire.
That is
if
so
you're in
true.
St. Louis area, we have our local Dhwani Foundation, which is a charity organization. I'm a part of it, so we have our Dhwani Cricket League going on in St. Louis at the BMAC grounds at Bridgeton. Please do stop by. We have our men's finals today later on. It's a day and night tournament. I've invited Peter to it. Hopefully he can make it and provide some much needed presence there. And then Srinivas Chira, the main umpire right now, he's going to be officiating in our tournament today as well for the finals. So lots of action going on in St. Louis this weekend.
A lot of cricket. That's healthy. Healthy to see, and great way for St. Louis Americans to end their season with a resounding victory. It's always a longer trip when you've lost the game. Floated up. Really beat him in the flight there, threw it above the visor, above the eye line. And got a bit of an under edge down to short fine leg. It's good work there by Arnav. Let's see how he goes. Got just a couple more balls. Can he get that much needed wicket? Wrap this game up for St. Louis Americans and end the season on a high.
This is a good comeback by Arnav. He's varies his line a little bit. And runs into ball. Oh, beats the batsman who has a wild swing at it. Arnav really trying to get this last wicket. Justin runs up to him. Word of advice there. Shlok says he needs to fire it in. Maybe a Yorker to catch the batsman out. Just the last delivery of the over again. Ooh, gets extra purchase out of the track. End of the 18th over, 113 for 9. We're at the ACA Park right today. You're witnessing the MiLC 2022 Toyota Sunoco sponsored tournament. Parth runs into bowl. We're in the penultimate over of this game. Been a disappointing performance by Lone Star Athletics, but a very strong finish, like Peter mentioned, by St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, I hope you say that with the Lone Star Athletics, and one of their big challenges floated in. Clean bowled, and again, Parth Patel cannot keep this young man out the game. He ends up with another wicket, and just absolutely brilliant from him. And the game is done. An easy victory for St. Louis Americans. They've put 2 together, and they'll be excited by that. Parth Patel picks up 3 wickets for 2 runs in 1.2 overs. Sid Shah had picked up his 2. Bajpai picked up 3. Ayan Khan got his wicket as well. So all round, just very, very strong performance from the St. Louis Americans. Well-deserved victors, easily done indeed. And only really Kamran Shaikh who bothered the scorers with 44. And an outstanding effort indeed. Bhavya Mehta 66, Justin Dill 28, Nikhil Kanchan 40. Fantastic performance, and congratulations to the St. Louis Americans, who are comfortable winners. We'll be back in a very short time. We'll chat to Justin Dill, captain of St. Louis Americans and the man of the match. We will see who that will be.
huge miss there. Let's see what Justin's answer is going to be. Reach from the field and goes to the mid-off. Innings really well. This Shahan Jahangir, very exciting. Again, slashes it away. This is running away to the third man boundary for 4.
But well done, Kanchan, to keep the ball just to wide. That's gone very high in the air, and that has certainly gone well over the boundaries into the trees
in this season. Again, sweeps it away. In fact, I'm sorry, towards the.
Let me just check. It really is a good weekend, and to have young Bobby, we'll get to him in a moment. Parth Patel picked up his 3 wickets, and of course Sid Shah, 2 fantastic catches, and picked up 2 wickets as well. So as you said, the youngsters really shone today.
Yeah, I think it's credit to the hard work, to be honest. I haven't seen a group of youngsters work as hard as they do. I think they're here every day at ACAC Park, every day training, and then evenings they join us for minor league training. So the amount of work they put in, I think they deserve it. You know, it's easy to play them in a game where there's nothing needed, but then to show and actually contribute to the team, every single one of them actually is testament to the work they've been putting in. So I'm very proud of them. Hopefully that's a stepping stone for them as well, and gives them confidence that, you know, going into training, just keep on putting in the hard work, and also then going into next season.
Yeah, absolutely. Great momentum going into the next season. Before you go, can you hand over the Man of the Match award to Bobby Mehta, and then we'll hold on to him for a few questions.
Okay, thank you. Mo?
Yeah, go for it, man. And congratulations again, Justin. Good season.
Bhavya, congratulations. Great performance today. When you were told, what was going through your mind when you were told that you're opening the batting today?
I was just told to be fearless and play my game because it's the last game. There's no pressure, so it doesn't really matter. I can play however I want to, and I was just trying to play my normal game, play freely.
And you weren't really looking at the score when you started off, but then when did you think, at what point of time did you say, today was my game and I'm going to carry the team forward? It was a brilliant performance, but what was that turning point in the game that you said, no, today is my day, I'm going to get a big score and carry the team forward?
I feel like once I got past 20, I started milling the ball more. I needed to cash in on this opportunity that I got.
Yeah. Peter mentioned that, you know, throughout the innings, you were in it, you were talking to your partner. One of the keys was the running between the wickets. How tiring was it, and were you motivating yourself through the innings?
Yeah, it was pretty tiring, but I did dig deep because I wanted to win the match for the team.
Bobby, congratulations, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you through the seasons. You deserve the Man of the Match. You deserve to be playing out there today. And make sure that you buy your buddies a milkshake tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's it here from ACAC Park. An excellent win, 2 in a row from the St. Louis Americans, winning that one comfortably. And we thank Lone Star Athletics for making the trek out here. And again, we're going to hope for a little bit of momentum, some good memories for St. Louis Americans going into next season.
Absolutely. Thank you, Peter, for the opportunity to co-commentate with you. This has been a fascinating experience. We built on the foundation that was laid last year. I felt like, we stepped up a little more, understood about the players, what we needed to do, coordinate between many things. But the support system that we have built here for us to come and really perform has been fantastic, not just for the players, but even for people like us. You were amateurish, trying to get into the big league here. So it's been a fascinating experience. Thank you so much for ACA Academy here in St. Louis for building this platform for us. And again, going into next year, finishing on a high was really important for us. Talking to some of the locals around here, the excitement is brewing for something really big that's going to happen. And I'm hoping and keep praying that it is going to be next year.
And that's it from us, St. Louis. Missouri, we're signing off, and the last game of the season for the Toyota Minor League Cricket League, brought to you by Sunoco and all the volunteers here at ACA Park in St. Louis. Goodbye, everybody.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.